So if you watch my podcast on YouTube and you see that I'm wearing this Hawaiian shirt, not a Hawaiian shirt, it's kind of like I don't know, it's like a floral shirt. And you're like, God, is that the only shirt you wear? I just want to tell you that if you haven't moved to a new country, this is the process. You pack up all your shit and you have like 3 shirts and, 7 pairs of underwear, socks, 2 pair of jeans, and you go very minimal. And I'm sharing this because I've never done this before. And there's something freeing about wearing the same shirt, the same pants. First, you don't have to think about what you want to wear because this is all you have. But two, it makes me realize how much shit I had in my closet. Who's was it at one point, I think in the 90s, all the billionaires, the tech billionaires, they were just wearing like a black t-shirt and pants. Who was the Apple guy, Steve Jobs? He only had like one outfit, right? And I think then Mark Zuckerberg started doing it. Other people were just wearing, and yes, they might have 50 of the same shirts, but they did that so they could not think about, they could have one less decision to make. And I think Marie Kondoing your shit, where you just have your favorite few things and that's what you wear, and you wash them and you wear them and you wash them and wear them instead of collecting and buying more stuff. I think that's a good thing. And also it's kind of prescribed for me as we're moving from city to beach/jungle, Costa Rica. Anyway, and yes, I am on YouTube if you want to watch my videos, like everyone else. Man, I hate when people are like, grow your YouTube, grow this, grow that, your channels. I'm trying, number one, and two, it takes me away from the joy of doing this. Starting on Tumblr 2010, first with blogs and then social media and then audio. I'm still making sure that I am documenting and doing it in a way that's still fun and honest to me. And then when I get pressure to grow channels, it takes me away from that. It's also like writing, you could fall into the trap of the production, the book sales. I think the reason why I wrote a memoir this year is to kind of get away from that. I mean, I'm on 7 books and I don't want to feel like it's just a job or, I'm turning books in just to collect royalties. I wanted to do something that made me feel just really alive. Not that writing the other books didn't. So I wrote a memoir this year. I've never written a memoir before, and it was terrifying. But I knocked it out in 3 weeks. I mean, a first draft. Okay, I want to start with 5 quick reminders. I've been posting this on social once every few days, or just 5 quick reminders. Going back to what I do, putting things in the shot glass, street level. Okay, reminder 1. You're not afraid of being alone. You're afraid of meeting yourself there. You're not afraid of being alone. You're afraid of meeting yourself there. I wrote the book Single on Purpose because of this, because of my 4 years of making a decision to meet myself there. And I got to be honest, I wasn't doing it intentionally. I was meeting myself because no one else wanted to meet me. I was I was single on default. I was single by default, not single on purpose. But those 4 years of meeting myself there, which was alone, was so good for me because I would always want to be with someone else, and I didn't allow myself to be happy or find joy, or I mean, basically hit pause on life until I found love, right? So the stretches that I was single, I hit pause on life and I was waiting to meet someone. And then when I met someone, then I would hit play on life. And of course, that makes you powerless instead of power filled. And you don't put the reps in as far as building a relationship with yourself. We chase people because we think they'll complete us. We chase people because we think they'll complete us. But the real work is in learning to sit with the parts we abandoned. Think about that. So it's not just like sitting with you, but sitting with the parts that you have abandoned. And also, you might not have abandoned those parts by choice, right? Like a lot of us had to grow up fast, you know? The question that I like to ask my clients and myself is, when did you feel the most alive? And most of the answers are from early days. Like for me, it would be when I was 12, 80s, breakdancing, windmills, fat laces, spinning on my head, hitting flow states, being a part of a breakdancing crew, and me being the runt and feeling safe with the older kids, right? Um, that's when I felt the most alive. That was before I was exchanging truth for membership. That was when the world was big and I was fearless. And, an afternoon of breakdancing and some 99-cent nachos at Jack in the Box, and some hang time with friends, like that made me happy, right? That was everything. Before taxes and internalization and chasing the corner office and, the picket fence and all that. But when did you feel the most alive? And what does it look like for you to connect to the spirit of that person? Because we lock that spirit into a hope chest when we have to grow up. All right, tip number 2, stop dating potential. You've heard this before. Start dating reality. Chemistry is not a credential. What someone could be isn't who they are. I think so many of us date potential. I think so many of us, especially if we haven't been getting a lot of action. And by action, I don't mean just like sex. I just mean we're not meeting a lot of people. So then we meet someone who's, checks off a few boxes. And by the way, I don't believe in checking any boxes. Throw that out the window. But most people come in with a bunch of boxes to check, right? And we're like, well, they make sense or they're good enough. And I think it's okay to like follow through. I think it's okay to allow that to unfold because you will decide if this works for you or not, to play it out, as I say. But you're not dating someone who potentially could be the person that you want to be with. You're dating the person as they are now. And here's a question to ask: what if they never change? Are you cool? Are you good with this person now? And of course, we want to grow together and evolve, and people are going to change. But if they don't, you know, one could argue, well, one non-negotiable is that people do change and that we want to see growth in the people we choose to love. And if there is no growth there, we're not interested, right? So I get that. That's definitely one of my non-negotiables, that people make an effort to grow and they're open and they're trying to be better versions of themselves, etc. But overall, if the person in front of you is it, you know, is this a person that you want to love? And if not, you're going to put a lot of pressure, consciously, unconsciously, directly, indirectly, on this person to be someone that they're not. Or you're going to put pressure on them to go on their hero's journey before they're ready, right? So loving potential is just a dead end game. It's a train wreck. Also, it's a lot of wasting people's time, yours and the other person, right? Number 3, love doesn't heal you. It reveals where you haven't healed. Oh, now that being said, of course, love heals you, right? I think that's the beauty and miracle of love is two people who build a relationship that is safe, and then that heals that thing. The container that they built is greater than the parts, and it heals the parts. And also, healing isn't easy. Healing is activating and people working through their shit, right? But love reveals where you haven't healed. Every activation, every trigger is an invitation, not a threat. The right partner won't fix your wounds, they'll hold the mirror. This is also what makes love hard, 4, peace is the new spark. Man, I gotta say, at 52, pieces on the top, pieces on the top of my pyramid. Um, maybe not the very top, but it's definitely high up there. It is not extra. It is not. I'll take it when I can. It is something that I find foundational. Right, peace, calm. A calm nervous system is, to me, that is success. If your nervous system isn't safe, it's not love. Butterflies are cute, but safety is sustainable. Are butterflies cute? I guess they're butterflies are pretty. Hey, and also, can I just say real quick, off topic? I go off topic a lot if you listen to my podcast or watch me on YouTube. Um, can a butterfly just be a butterfly? I think sometimes because a butterfly, we'll see a butterfly, and I know they're magical, and so we're like, oh, it's my grandmother coming down and giving me signs or talking to me. And I listen, if that's what you believe, great. And I think sometimes there may be truth to that, right? But sometimes a butterfly is just a butterfly, and that's okay. All right. The right partner won't fix your wounds, they'll hold the mirror. Number 4, peace is the new spark. Oh, I just said that. Yes, we're talking about butterflies. Choose the one who calms your storm, not fuels it. And I'm saying generally because, of course, our partners are going to activate us the most, right? They're going to definitely fuel our storm. And in a way, they're meant to, so we could take that activation, review it, see where it's coming from, heal some shit, learn some tools, and become better. But overall, you want people who ground you, who calm you, not who create storms in your life. We don't need another storm. Number 5, your standards aren't too high, they're just finally yours. Shrinking yourself to fit someone else's comfort is the quickest way to disappear from your own life. Think about if you're doing that now in any area of your life. Are you shrinking yourself in any way to fit someone else's ideas or wants? And by doing so, how is it impacting your life? I would predict that you are disappearing like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future when he couldn't get his parents back together. Hey, if you've listened to me long enough, you know I've used that many times before. I only have like 3 jokes. I only have like 4 things. I just recycle. I'm in syndication. Anyway, those are the 5 reminders, and I want to end with some words. And this is called how micromanaging your relationship is pushing your partner away. Control is a lie. It's a security blanket made of barbed wire. You think if you hold on tight enough, if you get your partner to say the right things, do the right things, be the right way. And by the way, this is a note to self, this whole article, because of course I also fall into this trap. Then you can keep everything together, right? No pain, no heartbreak, no surprises, just smooth sailing. And it's almost like if my partner would only do this, if my partner would only, love me a little more, have more sex with me, buy me things or whatever it is that you desire, then it's perfect, right? But the truth is the more you grip, the more you lose. Can I insert a quick story? And this is very personal. The last 2 years, one of the things I've been working on is giving my partner space. I mean, she's also a Taurus, so she needs to feel. She's all about environment, feeling, groundedness. I'm an Aries, so I'm very impulsive, fiery. And so giving her space to feel arousal, right? So I'm not just talking about in the bedroom, just in life in general, instead of me always pursuing, asking, trying to be spontaneous. We love in different ways, right? Different things turn us on. And she's 41, so she's going through premenopause and perimenopause and hormonal changes and stuff, and it's all real. We also have a 5-year-old, and so intimacy, it takes work, it takes patience, and we're not in our 20s anymore. And so one of the things I've been doing is instead of pursuing, instead of, gripping, I've been trying to hold. I've been trying to be patient. I've been trying to focus on other areas of my life and allow arousal, spontaneity, sex, connection, all to kind of grow organically instead of trying to force. And I think it's about creating this space, Before I felt very entitled. I felt like, well, if we're together, we should have, sex X amount of times. Or if you want sex this much time and I want sex this much time, then we should meet in the middle. And of course, those are logical solutions, but we are not logical creatures. Anyway, this reminded me of the work I'm doing now. Trying to control your relationship is like squeezing a fistful of sand. The tighter you hold, the faster it slips through your fingers. Love isn't about controlling every detail. It's about trusting, letting go, and allowing things to unfold naturally. You're either building a relationship based on freedom or one based on fear. I also want to say that it's okay to express your wants, your desires, your needs, your preferences. There's a difference between expressing that in your relationship and demanding it, right? Or trying to control the person or trying to change them. All right, so fear. That's where control usually comes from. Why we try to control our partners. Control is fear wearing a mask, fear of being hurt, fear of losing someone, fear of things not going the way you planned. Maybe you got burned before, maybe you were abandoned, maybe, I don't know, whatever the reason, control feels like a way to protect yourself. If you manage every detail, nothing can go wrong, right? Wrong. Because love isn't about making sure nothing bad happens. It's about trusting that even if it does, you'll be okay. This is part of what I call the corrective experience, right? All about the repair, convincing your body that it's going to be different this time, that people will not leave because you express yourself. When you try to control everything, you're not protecting your relationship, you're suffocating it. What you're really doing is building a wall, not a connection. And walls don't create intimacy, they create distance. How control pushes your partner away. You might think control is helping you keep things together, but from your partner's perspective, it feels like a chokehold. Number one, your partner feels suffocated. No one likes to feel like they're under a microscope. When you micromanage your partner's choices, it sends one loud message clear, and that is, I don't trust you. And if someone feels like they can't be themselves, well, guess what? They're going to find a different space where they can't. Number two, you erode their confidence. Correcting, and this I gotta say, is a note to parents with their children, right? If you're micromanaging your child, you erode their confidence. Correcting, directing, quote unquote, helping them do things, quote unquote, the right way. It all sounds innocent enough, but over time, and I understand it can come from your heart in a good place, but it wears them down. They start questioning themselves, wondering if they'll ever be good enough. And that's not love, that's control disguised as care. Number three, you create an unhealthy power dynamic. Partnership means equality. When one person is always controlling, the balance gets wrecked. Suddenly, your partner feels like they're walking on eggshells, and nothing kills trust faster than feeling like you're being managed instead of loved. And finally, number four, you kill the fun. Love is supposed to be unpredictable. It's late night talks. It's spontaneous road trips, laughing over something stupid. It's that whole ditching school and being under the bleachers feeling. But when control takes over, everything becomes a script, and there is no joy that can be found in scripts. I mean, that's just a general rule of life, right? Not just in relationships. The control trust paradox. So the irony, the more you try to control, the less trust you create. And trust is the foundation of everything. Without it, love turns into a job, something you manage instead of something you experience. Every time you micromanage your partner, what you're really saying is, I don't believe in you. And when trust crumbles, so does intimacy. You have to stop being teammates and start being, or you stop being teammates and start being opponents. All right, letting go of control. Yes, it's hard, but it's also necessary. For many, this is terrifying, right? Especially if you've been hurt before. But love isn't about certainty. It's about choosing to trust even when you don't have all the answers. If you're ready to stop strangling your partner, no, wait, that's not, that's not what I'm saying. Why did I say that? If you're ready to stop strangling your relationship, I hope you're not strangling your partner, unless it's consent and you guys are doing some kinky shit. If you're ready to stop strangling your relationship and start building real trust, here's where to start. And I just kind of want to end with some tips here. Number one, get real about your fear. Ask yourself, what am I actually afraid of? That they'll leave, that you'll get hurt, that things won't go the way that you imagined. Face it head on, because if you don't deal with your fear, control will always be your default. Number two, let go of small ways. You don't have to go from control freak to Zen master overnight. Let go in small ways. Start small. Let your partner make decisions without your input. Resist the urge to correct. Trust them to handle things, even if it's not how you would do it. Number three, communicate without controlling. If something's bothering you, speak up, but don't tell your partner how to fix it. Instead, instead of saying you need to do this, try, I feel anxious when things are uncertain. Vulnerability creates connection. Control kills it. Can I repeat that? Vulnerability creates connection and control kills it. And four, trust the process. Love is messy, it's unpredictable, and that's what makes it real. When you stop trying to manage every outcome, you create space for something deeper, something more authentic. And that's where the real love happens. And by real, I mean authentic. And by real, I mean honest. The ultimate act of love is actually letting go. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing trust over fear. It means looking at your partner and saying, I believe in you. I trust you. I don't need to control this to feel safe. And when you do that, when you stop gripping so damn tight, you might be surprised at what happens. Your relationship doesn't fall apart. It finally starts to breathe. Thank you for listening. Be well.